The Global Dressage Forum North America, the ultimate educational experience where champions meet.
DressageClinic.com. A world of knowledge at your fingertips.
So, let's go talk a little bit about horses.
That's my favorite.
Yes, I'm sure. Now, you are really one of the busiest riders on the circuit. Being a top international trainer, competitor, and a mother, how do you manage the stress of keeping this incredible schedule that I know you have, and yet being able to keep up with your responsibilities as mother?
You said you started that I'm one of the busiest. I would say I'm one of the luckiest. Because beside my horses, which really my passion and my love, I have my family, what means I have a 2 and a 10-year-old daughter and a wonderful husband. And so beside the horses, it's for me very important to take time for my family, time for my friends. And without them, I could never do this because they all support me. Each one has a little job. So when we go to the show, for example, my groom knows, first she prepares the horse, I have the kids. As soon as I hop on my horse, she takes the kids. When it comes to the point on the weekend that we have the cross-country day and everybody is busy, then my husband is there, so he knows now it's my job to take care of the kids. And if we have many horses and need many hands, then I'm lucky that my mother is still fit. Then we make her dragging around the kids or taking a horse, whatever we need. And I only can really do this, live this incredible, wonderful, flexible life because I have a big team behind me. My family, my friends, many who belong to the Klimke team. Without them, I couldn't do this.
Okay, now let me take you a little...
For my team.
Let me take you a little bit deeper into the horses that you've been working with. You've been very successful producing horses for the Bundes Championship. You've been successful producing horses for the World Championships in Verden. And taking gold, I believe it was with Damon Hill. Was it 2 years ago?
Yes, I became Damon Hill when he was 3 years old, in the beginning 3, and I had him for 6 years. So it was a full pleasure to bring this really very talented horse up to the top, because on the one hand he had wonderful talent, what we see, and on the other hand he has a great mind. He was every day ready to work for you and really tried hard. So this was a great time, and I really prefer having the youngsters from the beginning.
Now, speaking of the, I'd like to get your thoughts about the FEI young horse classes, the 4, 5, 6-year-old classes, even the young horse Grand Prix class. I'm not going to ask a specific question on this, but I'd just like to have your thought and opinion about the value of these classes, whether they're a little too demanding for the horses to be able to meet up the standards of the 4 or 5-year-old classes. What is your whole idea and perspective about these FEI young horse classes?
I think the whole system is great. If you start with a youngster when he's 4 years old, and really step by step, the young horse must stay sound and healthy, so you have a chance to really work every year one step higher. What means when they are 5, they do their counter-canter, start with the walk pirouette and all this stuff, what already needs quite throughness. When they are 6, they learn their change in the winter, so they have a whole year to go half past and one change. Then the next winter is important when they get 7. Then they have to learn the 3s, the 4s, the half pirouette. So this is really a big winter. For some horses, the winter is long enough. For some horses, you are not happy if you feel spring is coming and they not yet have all the program. But that means you as a rider have to be really quiet and know this horse particular needs more time. Every horse will tell you how much time he will need if he's ready. The more talented he is, the more easy it is. But some who are hard workers, but maybe from their confirmation it's not so easy for them, you know, they even have to work harder because they are, for example, quite high behind. It takes them more effort to sit on their hocks, use their hind leg, so you just need to take the time. But in Germany, we have first 5 and 6 year old the Bundes Championship, and then from 7 to 9 year old they can go the Nürnberger Burgpokal. This is the Prix St. George, and you can decide, is he ready at 7, at 8, or was he maybe injured or had a year off. Then you can even 9 years old still compete this great series with a wonderful qualification final in Frankfurt. And then they grew one step further, because then they grew into the Grand Prix. You can choose from 8 to 10 year old to go this Louis Store Cup, what was Median Cup before. So it's another flexibility to say, I think 8 years old is really quite early if you can compete 8 years old in the Grand Prix level. So for me, I prefer doing this 9 year old. When they are starting to become 9, then you ride the first Grand Prix. And you have 9 and 10 years, 2 years where they can gain experience, get supple in the test in this Grand Prix movements. But then when they are 11, then there comes a big proof. Because then you see, are they ready to compete with the big ones, or will they be a nice horse for somebody who is happy to compete in the local areas?
Now, I know, okay, you're very successful in dressage, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you're the only person in the entire world who can actually be successful in the arena of 3-day event and in dressage.
But I'm the only one who has had a father who was competing in eventing and later chose dressage. So I grew up with this.
So I'm sure that influences your approach to training and developing horses, your background, your depth into the 3-day, out in the field, out in the open country, into the gallop, and yet you being able to make that transition into a very collected type of work. How do you handle this? How are you able to fit both successfully within the same time period?
First of all, you must have a very good time management for yourself, because unluckily there are only several weekends where you try to fit in your show plan. This is always very important in January, is that for each horse or horse group, you have an individual plan. Like now, for example, I have 3 eventers who could go 3-star, and hopefully one of them will make it for Europeans. So they all must have their individual competitions. Then I have my dressage passion and want to compete in some Grand Prix dressage shows. So yet I choose which weekends are free or which fits. This is plan A. The youngsters always are played around the schedule. But you know, in life with horses, nothing goes straight. You always have to be flexible. So I often ended up with plan D or E, it depends. But it just means that you have to be flexible what each horse needs. In my daily week, for example, one day, mostly Mondays, I start with some dressage work. I don't write a test that day. I really school them all dressage. But on Tuesday, latest, the cavalettis are out. And then it doesn't matter if it's a dressage, an eventer, if it's a young horse or an experienced horse. I do my exercises with the cavaletti and use it as a gymnastic. So they are focused, they like it, it's different. And once a week, I jump them all. So they all like jumping, even if the dressage don't have the scope. But they like to do something different. And they can really work on their backs and try to reach all the back muscles, strengthen the hind end, because all these exercises I need for the jumpers, I also need for the dressage horses when they do pirouettes, when they really sit on their hind legs. They must have strength on the back and on the hind leg. And what all dressage horses especially love is to go out and do some work on the hill. For sure they are not fast enough, so they can't catch up with the eventers. But they can try to slowly follow as fast as they can. Nobody beats Abraxas. But I feel the next day, when then I go in my dressage ring, they are ready and they are waiting, because every day I try to freshen up their minds and make it different.
do you think they become more forward with all this?
Definitely positive forward, because when they gallop in the group, in the beginning, the dressage horses, they like to stay in the back and feel secure. But the stronger they get, then they all of a sudden try to come in the front and also want to say, here I am, because now I have some strength and I try to follow the beginners. For me, it shows me that when I work, I was just thinking, maybe I work 2, but mostly 3 days in a row with the dressage horses on a particular thing. But then it's really time for do something different. And I feel after this different day, if it is a lunging day, cavaletti day, jumping day, or we go for a hug, then he is fresh and is waiting again and much more positive. Often I do it 1 or 2 days in a row, but 3 is most.
The Global Dressage Forum North America, the ultimate educational experience where champions meet.
DressageClinic.com is an educational website that allows you to enter the world of dressage training through videos of top-seeded international dressage trainers, riders, and lecturers. Experience the mastery of some of the world's top trainers from the privacy of your own virtual ringside seat as they guide you through all facets of dressage discipline, sharing their valuable insights and instructions. The upcoming new videos section is updated each month to provide you with information on the latest training videos to be showcased on the site. The special features section gives you easy access to the training videos that are currently available online, while the search training section allows you to find videos based on a wide variety of categories. Membership to DressageClinic.com provides you with instant access to an international array of recognized trainers from the United States, Canada, Germany, Holland, Belgium, Spain, and many other countries, each sharing their knowledge on a wide variety of educational and informative. DressageClinic.com, a world of knowledge at your fingertips.